The Ballon d'Or is broken and everyone knows it. One year it's about trophies, the next it's about stats, and sometimes it's just PR. In 2018, Mbappe won the World Cup. He was 19. Then they said he was too young. In 2022, he scored a hat-trick during the World Cup final against Argentina. Whoa, this one is memorable. But no Champions League. Now in 2025, people are pushing for Lamine Yamal. He was insane, but didn't win the Champions League. No Nations League, and his teammate Rafinha was insane. Meanwhile, Ousmane Dembele has scored over 25 goals in just 4 months. He played with elite defenses in the Champions League and he finally added the end product critics said he lacked. So what's the excuse this time? And this video isn't about who's gonna win the Ballon d'Or in 2025. This is just about the Ballon d'Or losing its logic. Cristiano Ronaldo once said the Ballon d'Or winner should be the player who wins the Champions League. Then there's Franck Ribéry. He fired back because he said, I once won the Champions League and still finished behind both Messi and Ronaldo. And that's the problem. In 2010, Iniesta won the World Cup, no Ballon d'Or. In 2020, Lewandowski scored over 50 goals, 55 goals, correct me if I'm wrong, but no Ballon d'Or. In 2013, Franck Ribéry won the treble, still no Ballon d'Or. There's no consistent formula. It's not trophies, it's not stats, it's not moments, it's narrative. Whoever sells the best story usually wins. Who's the most popular player? And that's why fans are angry. Because if the rules keep changing, how can we trust the results of the Ballon d'Or? Even players don't agree on what the Ballon d'Or actually means. Lamine Yamal said, I don't dream of winning one. I dream of winning multiple Ballon d'Ors. At just 17 or 18, that's not just confidence, that's vision. He knows what he's capable of. He knows where he wants to go. He knows about his goals and dreams. Lamine Yamal's him. Yes, sometimes he's annoying, but we should all agree on the fact that he is an insane generational talent. Then there's Rafinha, his teammate, who has had an amazing, incredible season. I don't think that Rafinha is gonna have an even better season than he has had last season, because that season was crazy. I really like the fact that he's growing, because at the start, his start wasn't great at Barcelona. The fans didn't really like him, but he is such a good player. I said it, but this guy I'm talking about is humble. He said, after everything I've been through, I am grateful for the fact that I'm nominated. That's what he said. Just being at the ceremony is already a huge achievement. This guy is humble. Damn. And then there's Mbappe, Kylian Mbappe, who's had also controversial, like a really interesting season, because Real Madrid wasn't good at all, but his individual season was beyond insane. He said, trophies first. To win the Ballon d'Or, you need trophies first. And this one is interesting because earlier this video, I told you guys that I'm confused about the criteria. What is it about? Trophies, moments, stats? We just don't know. It's narrative, it's being popular, But now Mbappe said, to win the Ballon d'Or, you need trophies first. That's how he sees it. And then he said, he'll be happy if Dembele wins it, his teammate at the French national team from France. And that's interesting because one of the most ambitious players around the globe is lowering the bar for himself. He's also being realistic, but still. And then there's Ousmane Dembele. He said something completely different compared to all the players I just mentioned. He said the Ballon d'Or is the holy grail of football. So he knows what it actually means. And I think he will be so happy if he manages to win the Ballon d'Or one day. Guys, 4 different players, 4 different statements, definitions, but 1 trophy. But do you get the point? If even players can't agree on what the Ballon d'Or actually means, how can fans, how can they agree on what it actually means? And let's be honest, Mbappe is the biggest victim of this system, the broken system, because he's been contender, one of the favorites for years now. He's been called the next Ballon d'Or winner since, what is it, 2017? Whoa, that's 8 years ago. But every single time, the criteria shifts, it changes. Then he's too young. When was it? 2018, he was too young. Then he didn't win the Champions League. Then he just needed more trophies. At some point, you're wondering whether he's gonna win it or not one day, because how old is he now? 27? 26? But the way he's performing right now is insane, is crazy. So I think it depends on this season. Xabi Alonso is at Real Madrid, whether they win the Champions League or not. But his individual season was insane last season. He should just carry on. And then Real Madrid as a collective should perform better. They should win the Champions League. They should equal what PSG has done last season. Then there's a big chance for Mbappe to win the Ballon d'Or, to finally win his Ballon d'Or. But this year, 2025, is where it gets interesting. Dembele, over 20 goals, what is it, 25 plus goals in 4 months? Way more, but let's just say 25. Champions League domination, finally putting it all together, adding his end products. Critics always said he lacked. Ousmane Dembele looks like a genuine favorite. Lamine Yamal, he is such a popular player, but honestly guys, I'm not a hater. The way he played, he carried Barcelona in the Champions League was insane, especially in the game against Inter, but multiple games. Lamine Yamal is such a great player. He has proven why he is one of the favorites for the Ballon d'Or win. Should he be the favorite to win it? I don't think so, especially because his teammate Rafinha, he was even more important. But be honest, between the two of them, who's more popular? Whoa, that's weird. Let's try again. Between the two of them, Rafinha or Lamine Yamal, who's more popular? Just let me know. Because Rafinha is more of an underdog story, and like he said himself, which is insane if you ask me. Just being there is a crazy achievement. I do get his point though, because he said he's been through a lot, so it feels as the ultimate prize, but you should participate to win. And I think the way Rafinha played last season, this is not even about being humble. I think that everyone would agree if he said, I think I should win it. No one would have said that he was being arrogant. And this is where the Ballon d'Or gets exposed. It's not about who's being the best. Voters will have a crazy influence on the outcome. That's 100% sure. But now I'm asking you guys, if it's not just about being the best, just being the best, then what is it about? And here's something nobody wants to admit. It's not about being the best, it's about being the most popular player. It's about hype, it's about attention, it's about your brand. How big is your name? How big is your brand? And don't get me wrong, yes, of course, it's about trophies, it's about stats, it's about performances, about your form, of course. But we've seen some players in the past who also deserved to win the Ballon d'Or. We've seen them not win the Ballon d'Or. I also think that Wesley Sneijder should have won it. Guys, I totally get why fans call it broken, because sometimes it feels like an unfair fight. It's a popularity contest and it should be an award for greatness, for great football players, and an award for greatness only. But it's hard. So let's wrap this up. Whatever you value, you could choose Mbappe, you could choose Dembele, you could choose Lamine Yamal. Then there's Rafinha, then there's Mo Salah. I just mentioned 5 names. I could mention even more names, because PSG has a lot of good players who also complete the top 10, the Ballon d'Or top 10. But there's one Ballon d'Or. But here's the real question. I'm curious about it. What do you think that matters most? What matters most to you? Stats, trophies, narrative, popularity, moments? Just let me know. This was me ranting about the Ballon d'Or. Have fun. Enjoy the ceremony. Curious about the outcome, about the winner of the Ballon d'Or 2025.